So, good morning. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a slightly different video than I usually do, purely because this is an experiment that I was trying, and there is a couple of different parts. Well, it's going to be merged into one single video. That I was trying to do something earlier on today. This is just kind of explaining what's going on, so I'm not throwing it into the deep end, and yeah, explaining why there's so many cuts and edits and everything else. Essentially what I'm trying to do here, or well, what I was trying to do earlier on, and what I actually succeeded to do, spoiler alert, is set up a wireless bridge between my house and the shed. My shed is about 10 to 15 meters away from the main house, give or take, and my plan is I'm turning it into a server room, and I'm building an office out there in the next couple of months. And I want to put cameras out the back garden, extend the Wi-Fi access points out there, and everything else. In the end, there will be fiber running into there, but to start with, to run the basic cameras and everything else to start, I'm going to do a wireless bridge. So for the wireless bridge piece, I'm using a Unifi AC HD Pro, which is going to live in the shed. It's going to be powered by a Unifi PoE injector. It's the 802.3 AT injector. In the house, there are two Unifi U6 LRs and another AC HD Pro. It looks like at the moment during my tests it was connecting to one of the U6 LRs. It could connect to the AC HD Pro. It depends. Both. There's one in my room. There's a 6 LR in my room, which is upstairs in the back of the house. There's an AC HD Pro downstairs in the dining room, so they're probably the closest. The 6LR might be closer again, so it'll connect to that. When the access point is powered in the shed, it is then going to hook up to a USW Flex. Now, my original plan was I was going to use the USW Flex to power the AC HD Pro, and while it was being powered, that it would then act as a backhaul for the network. Unfortunately, I found out that the AC HD Pro, or whichever way Unifi have their wireless bridge stuff working, you have to have it connected just to a PoE injector. It can't have a network connection, so that's a bit of a pain. So what ended up happening is the primary link on the AC HD Pro is connected to the PoE injector, and the secondary link is then connected to the USW Flex. The USW Flex is then powered by an air fiber PoE injector. All the links to what gear I'm using is down in the description. That PoE injector then powers the USW Flex. The USW Flex is then marked in the interface as being powered by an external injector, so it will then run extra bits and pieces off of that. And as a test, the first thing that I hooked up to it was a G4 Dome camera. All worked perfectly on the test bench right in front of me. I ran out of power cables. I had European power cables in the box. I have a couple of adapters, but I need them for other things. So I have to get some power adapters or power cables. They are European power cables. So they're the two-prong European power cables. And in Ireland we use three-prong, the same as what they use in the UK, essentially. So I have to get replacements for them. I'm going to put in an order today, and hopefully they arrive in the next day or two. Well, probably early next week, and then we can stick this into the shed, and hopefully that will all work. So that's essentially the plan for this project. That's what I've gotten done. The video that follows, or the parts of the video that follows, are going to be how I done it and all of the different tests that were involved to get this up and running. So yeah, hopefully you like the video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that down below, and yeah, so enjoy. Thank you. Go on. So I am going to try something that I'm not 100% sure this is going to work, but I'm going to chance my arm on it anyway. I'm Unifi Flex, USW Flex here. I have a PoE injector, which is the 50 volt, 60 watt PoE injector, and I have a Unifi AC-HD. And the plan is, these are going to live in the shed. Now, to get this to work, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to hook up the the Flex to the PoE, and then dot this in Unifi and mark the setting to tell it that it is using a powerful external PoE adapter. Once that's done, I am then going to disconnect said PoE injector from the Flex. No, I'm going to leave the PoE injector connected to the Flex. I'm going to disconnect the Flex from the main network. So then this and this are disconnected. And then I hook this one up. And if all goes to plan, this should be adoptable, because it will get powered by this. This will then be adoptable. And by this being adoptable, hopefully it will act as a wireless bridge, which will then allow me to plug a camera into here and power the camera over a wireless network between the house and the shed. That's the theory. Let's see how that works in practice. So, right. Okay, so I have now hooked up this USW Flex to the PoE adapter. The black cable is going to my UDM Pro in here. It's just one of the ports on the UDM Pro, and then the white cable is plugged into here for power. So let us have a look and see if okay, so here is the Unifi dashboard, and I'm refreshing it. That light is still, okay, so that light is still flashing. Now it's solid, non-flashing. So we've got the existing Flex, which is there, and okay, so there we go. Flex to be added. Add. Okay, so adopting one device. So this now is being adopted, and overview, uptime, downlink. Okay, so we'll leave this to adopt, and I will be back. Okay, so this is still actually adopting, but what I'm going to show you is, so the Flex in Tara's room, which is my sister's all room. In here, under device, you don't actually see any options for extra power stuff. This threw me for a bit of a loop the last time I was playing around with it. What you need to do is go into settings, advanced features, No, it's not in advanced feature system settings, sorry. New user interface, and you need to turn that off. When you turn off the new user interface, it brings you back to the old school Unifi dashboard. This works on the UDM Pro and possibly the non-UDM Pro. When you go into devices, so there's the new flex that it's added. It's now currently provisioning. If I go into the flex in my sister's room and I go under settings, you now have power source option here. Device settings, A02AF or PoE injector. This is what you need to set. If you want to use one of those external PoE injectors, you have to have that piece set. If it's not set, it doesn't work. So if I go into the USW Flex and I go into config, reset form, change the power source. I want to use PoE, hold on, cancel. I'm on the wrong place, am I? Okay, so if I go back into... Where's my flex gone? Flex. This one, sorry. Okay, so if I go in here, and I go into config, and I set this to PoE injector, are you sure you want to change the source? Hit confirm, and hit save. And that's now done. It's now provisioning. Just make sure I haven't broken the other one. Config PoE injector, that's correct. And the reason why we need this is because if you look, so port 1 in my sister's room is running a camera, and port 2 is running a Wi-Fi access point. And then the plan is that this new flex, wherever it's gone, yeah, this new flex here, so it's got a 50 volt or just under a 50 volt power input. There is no clients, the ports are currently empty, but it's now got a PoE injector, and happy days. So next challenge, I'll be back again. Okay, so now we are on hopefully what is the final leg of this test. PoE injector now has a single cable. I had to swap cables, so the LAN connection is off. The PoE injector cable is plugged into the Unifi USW, so this doohickey. We have a single white cable which is going into here, and for whatever reason this isn't powering up at the moment. Okay. That is interesting that I'm not getting power. Right. Well, I might have done something wrong, or setting might not have changed. Right. I'll be back. Hold on. Aha! Okay, so I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it's now powering up. So it's plugged into port 5, didn't like port 5, plugged into port 1, it's now lit up. This is now thinking. Now, we are still connected to the wired network, so I'm going to disconnect from the wired network. Alright? So the Flex Mini is the Flex Shed is now marked as disconnected. And this is an unadopted device. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that this shows up as adoptable. This is going to be my theory anyway. So this is marked as still disconnected. This is still thinking. Okay, so it's got a light there. I will hope this will show up as adoptable. Let's try on the phone. Unifi network. Give me a second. Okay, wired, wireless. So dining room, wire room, tires room is still showing up. Nope. It is not showing yet. Okay, give me a minute. Right. I've now plugged this back into the network. And now the UAP HD is showing up as adoptable. It's got an IP address 10.192.1.120, which is weird. But anyway, okay. So if I hit add, it's now going to adopt this client, or it's going to adopt this. So Flex Shed is going to be provisioned, and then this is going to be there. And my plan is, hopefully, mark this as using a wireless uplink, disconnect it from the main network. See, this might not work as I hoped, but we're gonna try it. I wanna see. Okay, so that's now connected. Go in here. Uplink is wired. Okay, actually, do you know what I'm thinking? Because I reset all of my switches yesterday, or all of my new access points ended up being completely new. Where is the option to be able to say, that's tools, config, general. Where the hell is the option to allow a device to be a wireless uplink? Alright, give me a minute. Let me try and figure this stuff out. Right. I may have had to cheat, which is not what I was planning on doing. I now might require 2 PoE injectors. So, this UAP HD has a main and a secondary port on it. Now, if the main is plugged into the switch, it doesn't seem to try and connect over a wireless uplink. So I have connected this directly to the PoE injector. So when it's plugged into the PoE injector, it now doesn't have a network port, so it can't get an IP address. Alright? Now, the next plan is, this is then, I'm going to use a more different PoE injector. I have another adapter somewhere here, and the plan will be that this will be powered by PoE, and this will be powered by a more different PoE, which is going to be a bit of a pain, because ideally if they were powered by the same PoE, it's one cable to mess around with. And I'm wondering now, is it IP issues? This is now, it should be booted at this stage. I can't actually see. Can't see the light in there. It's still thinking. If I get this to boot up, and it shows up on the Unifi dashboard. I then use its secondary port into here. Primary port from here is powered. Secondary port from here is plugged in. This then has power. Okay. Leave it with me. This is either going to work or it's not. And I'm not, at this stage, I'm not sure which it's going to be. Fun. Right. I'm hoping this is now going to work. Either this will work or I'm giving up. And either way, after this, I'm giving up anyway. For a while anyway. Right, so now let's see where we are. We have the 50 volt PoE injector, yellow cable running to the Unifi USW flex. Black cable goes to Unifi ACHD. Yellow cable coming out of the ACHD goes into Unifi's an AT-PoE adapter. There's no uplink on any of these to the LANs, and this is unadopted. Now, and this is now what's kind of worrying me, is the fact that it's still not showing up as an unadoptable piece. I have done a factory reset on this and it's still not showing up as adoptable, which is now making me think, is there something wonky somewhere where the adoption piece isn't working properly? Under settings, services, or settings, site services, uplink connectivity monitoring, that's a different thing. Where was... Hold on, where is this? Two different versions. Right. Enable by clicking the access point in the devices tab, open the IP properties and go configuration wireless uplink. Okay, so I was actually looking in the wrong place. Devices. Let me say turn as your own because here we go. Hold on, there we go. There's my IP. I hit adopt. It is adopting. Configuration. I don't see wireless uplink on this option here. Radios. Enable meshing is auto. Right, hold on, give me a look. Where the fuck? Configure wireless uplink. Okay, anyway, look, this is now provisioning, which is a good sign. And if this provisions correctly, so meshing is turned on. Line turn as roam. Configuration, radios, meshing is in auto. There is no mention of uplink anywhere in these ones. Right, so I have just hooked up my Unifi G4 Dome single cable out to here. It has got lights on it. This is powered up, and if if I go into live view, G4 is now updating. G4 Dome is listed as updating. So it is connected. And it has a signal. So I think this is the time that we dance. By the looks of things, this has now done exactly what I needed it to do. God, it has taken long to figure this thing out. But we are hopefully all goes to plan anyway. We are hopefully, once this G4 Dome updates, we are getting close. So basically this is a wireless backhaul. So the plan is, again, this is going to live in the shed for the while. I am running fibre to the shed at some stage. But if this lives in the shed and it is going to act as a wireless link between the house and the shed for the moment. As I said, we will get a wired link. When we do get a wired link, it will just be hooked up directly into here. And there I am. Hello, camera. Yay! Happy days. About second time. Right. Now to edit this, remove any swearing that I have done and upload it eventually. Okay, so again, thanks for watching. Till next time, good luck. There is a bit of a delay on the video, but anyway. Right, there you go. Right. Oh God. Let's power by this and then get shown up as a dot, or shown up on the interface there. See, I was saying the send receive rates 1.17 gig down, 1 gig up, which would be perfect. Now, as I said, there's a different distance of less than 2 meters, so I'm going to put this out into the shed in a while, and I will then do some tests on bandwidth. But anyway, at the moment, happy days. Right, now for the cameras. Right, so I have just hooked up my Unifi G4 Dome single cable out to here. It has got lights on it. This is powered up, and if I go into live view, G4 is now updating. G4 Dome is listed as updating. So it is connected, and it has a signal. So I think this is the time that we dance. By the looks of things, this has now done exactly what I needed it to do. God, it has taken long to figure this thing out. But we are hopefully all goes to plan anyway. We are hopefully, once this G4 Dome updates, we are getting close. So basically this is a wireless backhaul. So the plan is, again, this is going to live in the shed for the while. I am running fibre to the shed at some stage. But if this lives in the shed and it is going to act as a wireless link between the house and the shed for the moment. As I said, we will get a wired link. When we do get a wired link, it will just be hooked up directly into here. And there I am. Hello, camera. Yay! Happy days. About second time. Right. Now to edit this, remove any swearing that I have done and upload it eventually. Okay, so again, Thanks for watching. Till next time, good luck.